So this story prompt is asking me a time where my heart was racing. And the theme is adventure. When I think of adventure, the truth is I am not that much of a risk taker for adventures. Like on the roller coaster, because my mind goes, I've got purpose, I've got vision. Do not put yourself at risk to put myself in a position that is going to cause me to not be able to get this work out into the world, be harmed, injured. I'm always thinking of that. I think it comes from so many years of being a student leader. I always had to think of the impact and the consequence for every choice I made. And I started student leading at a young age of 12. So it was just just embedded into me to think about the consequences. Think about the people that that you're called to lead. How is this going to impact them if I make a bad decision? So I'm not going to be the one jumping out of a plane to skydive. I will be waiting for you on the ground to cheer you on, not because I'm necessarily scared of it. It's because it may not be the wisest thing. And I'm very, very aware of the target we have on our backs when we are going for big things to impact the world. So I'm consciously thinking about this stuff. So to put that in context, this even started when I was as young as 11 years old. I was an 8th grader, and my 8th grade class was going on a camping trip. And now that I think about the story I'm about to tell you, is probably why you're not going to catch me bungee jumping. And so my friends would be doing things like sneaking out at night, drinking, which I never ever got into. Not even in high school, not even in rebellious years, just never worked for me. I'm still not a drinker. So I didn't take a lot of risks. So we went on this 8th grade camping trip, and me and my girlfriends, a couple of my girlfriends, decided we're going to hike, which was exhausting hike. I remember that. And right when you're about to give up, the camp shows up. And it was Mr. Hollingsworth, that he was our teacher that took us. And we were supposed to be asleep at night. But we decided in pitch black, with I don't even remember having flashlights, that the girls' camp was on one side of this raging river, that in the daytime it was beautiful, it was slow flowing, it was pristine. Little did we know at night it turned into raging white water. And there was a huge tree that was across this raging lake that was probably, I don't know, maybe 100 feet across it, which when you're in 8th grade and it's midnight and there's only moonlight out, it seemed like the longest distance you could ever imagine. And so my friends scamper across the log, and we were like, woohoo, yeah, let's do it. And I'm sitting here on the end. It was my turn. 2 of them were on the other side. I know one was my friend Christy. I cannot remember who the second person was. And they're like, come on, Ericka, come on. And all I could do was look down into this raging river, knowing that if I lost my footing, if I lost my grip, that was it, because you would be carried away by these waves, never to be seen again. So my whole little 11 years flashed before my eyes. I remember in my mind hearing my parents' voice, because they were always, wanting us to operate wisely. Think about the choices that you make, because there's people counting on you. And I remember sitting there, and I think I was class president too, so I was very aware of the fact that there were people following me. And I remember going, this is the worst decision I have ever made. There was no way I was walking across that log and risking slipping my foot on a wet piece of moss, and that's it, or bumping my head on the log. There would be no more Ericka DeVette Jackson James to share this story today. I remember I sat down and I hurdled the log. And at that point, all of the fun is gone. I don't even think we made it to the boys' camp. and I scampered. I literally, I don't know, shimmied, if you will. So my legs are straddling this log and I shimmy. My legs are straddling the log and I shimmy. And my incredible girlfriends did not leave me. They let me take forever to get across that log. And I got to the other side and I made a promise to myself. I will never do anything stupid like this again. And I asked God that if you spare me and get me back to that side of the lake without getting in trouble, I promise you, I will not do stupid risk stuff like this no matter what, and I won't give into peer pressure. I'm going to be my own person, and please, God, get me through this, because I have a whole future plan for myself that I want to walk out. And I don't remember the way back. I do remember that I did not walk, but I do remember they went ahead of me and I took my time and skimmied across that log. And I thanked God. And we were scared to death. We went back, got in our sleeping bags, and to this day, we never mentioned it again. And I learned that you do have to be wise, because there's people counting on you, and that we can make one bad decision that could change the trajectory of our lives. And I was so grateful on that trip that there didn't have to be a call home to my parents, because if they told them, hey, we want to let you know your daughter Ericka snuck out of the girls' camp and in the middle of the night with no flashlight went across a raging white river, they would have said, not our daughter Ericka. She wouldn't have done that. But I did. And ever since, I made a deal with God that day that, Lord, if you let me live, if I can get through this without getting in trouble, which I didn't, I will stay as close to the straight and narrow as I can. And that's what I did that day. Impacted me deeply. I never wanted to feel that feeling of terror and being out of control again. And that may be very well be why I never, experimented with drugs really heavily, because that feeling of being out of control or having my mind not owned by my own self does not work for me. So I want you to think about the choices that you make. Remember that people are counting on you. They're counting on you to fulfill your calling. God is counting on you to finish the race. You've got children, you've got followers watching your every move. They're watching those social media posts. I encourage you to think about, who are you and what are your boundaries? What boundaries are you not going to cross? Because I learned not to cross some boundaries that day. But I also learned that when you cry out and make deals with God, that promise that if it gets you through, that we have to fulfill our end of the agreement. And my agreement was this: I will do everything I can to live on the straight and narrow and the life that you create for me. If you can get me back over this log, over this white water, into my sleeping bag without getting in trouble. And that's exactly what happened. Talk to you soon.